to have conversations on societal issues, matters of the heart, how we can be better humans in our society. And my name is Fien Folua Kirami. You're welcome this afternoon. I'm not here alone today on the big question. I'm here with someone who is very good at what she does. And I'm just going to go ahead to introduce her so we can start the conversation. Her name is Ayobami Ayedun. She is a young educator, a writer, a content creator, and a child advocate who is deeply passionate about parenting and child development and also quality early childhood education. Her interest spans children's upbringing, personal development, leadership, and meaningful conversations that inspire growth and positive change. She has done a lot of things, and she's also a graduate of the Department of Early Childhood Education at Obafemi Awolowo University. I'm just going to go straight to let her join the conversation this afternoon. She's going to be here to have a conversation with us on parental hurt in our life as adults, how it affects us as adults and as parents. That's the conversation we're going to be having this afternoon. Good afternoon, Ayobami. How are you doing today?
Good afternoon, Folua. I'm doing well, but I would like to correct something. I didn't graduate from Obafemi Awolowo. I graduated from Olabisi
Olabisi Onabanjo.
Onabanjo University. Yeah, how are you doing this afternoon?
Olabisi Onabanjo. As I said that, I was just like, we graduated from the same place now. How come? How
Yeah,
come?
yeah,
Olabisi Onabanjo. So sorry
yeah,
about that.
yeah. It's
You're
okay. It's
welcome. How
okay.
are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing too?
I'm fine. I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Is it possible to get to see your face?
I guess so. But yeah, it's
Okay.
possible.
All right. Because of our time, I just want us to dive straight into. Okay, you're looking good.
Thank
Really?
you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, I'm just going to move straight to the first question I have for you. When we say parental hurt, what does it really mean? What does parental hurt mean? As somebody who is experienced in this line, what do
Yeah.
you think parental hurt really means?
All right. Parental hurt, in my opinion, it refers to
Mhm.
the emotional pain, the wounds, and the negative experiences that a
Yes.
person receives from their parents, their caregivers during childhood.
Mm,
And when we hear the word hurt, we might think it's just maybe like physical hurt or just
mm,
emotional abuse.
mm.
It may come from words, from actions, from neglects
Yes.
and inactions. It may come
Yes.
from rejection and unmet emotional needs. You
Mm,
know how that the parents are a child's first source of love, protection, and identity. So pain experienced from parents
mhm.
often leaves a very deep impact in the child's life. So that's why parental hurt is a very, very big issue in parenting and
Mm, mm.
children upbringing.
Wow, I really do agree with you on that. Especially because you mentioned abuse. It can be verbal abuse. It can
Yeah,
be unrealistic expectations. Different things actually can be
yes,
termed as parental hurt.
parental
And
hurt. Yeah,
a lot of parents do not actually know that they are doing these things. They
yeah.
say certain things, they do certain things, and they don't know. So I want you to touch on some of the things that parents do every single day that they don't know it is abuse. They don't know they are hurting their children, but it
Yeah.
is actually abuse.
All right, so I grew up with a very African parent.
Mm.
By very African parent, I'm sure you know what I mean. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
so my parents, for example, they believe that as their child,
Mm-hmm.
you are their own. They own you.
They
In
own you.
that sense, my father tells me that a minimum year, and he believes that whatever he does to me goes right.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
He believes that so much. My parents are amazing people. They're
Yes.
amazing people, but like I think I'm learning how that parents is their first time being parents. They don't have
Mm,
a manual,
mm,
right? So that aside, so one of the things that I think parents do is not listening to their children. They hear you, but they don't listen.
mm. They hear, but they don't listen.
Yeah. Some parents even don't hear at all. They don't hear, they don't listen. But some that try to hear you don't listen to you.
Mm,
You know how that you want to talk to your mother about something that she did to you, then on your first or second line, she's already telling you that, oh, you've been disrespectful to me.
mm.
You don't honor me. If you honor me, you won't talk to me like that. If you honor me, you will see an issue in this thing that I'm doing, and that thing is outrightly bad. So most parents here, they don't listen. That's one thing. They might even give you the floor to air your grievances, but
Yeah.
your own is just to talk. They don't care.
That's really sad, and it's sad because a lot of children now, or a lot of people in their 20s,
Yeah,
they've experienced this thing at one point or the other. They've
yeah,
experienced this, parental, parents listening, hearing and not listening to what
yeah.
their kids are saying. And that's why many times a lot of children cannot confidently go to their parents to say, oh, mommy, this is what I'm experiencing, this is what is going on. So I want to
Exactly.
ask, right? So I want to ask, why do so many adults struggle to recognize that some of their present challenges are rooted in childhood experiences? Because many of these things, they shape a child's adult life, right, in one way or the other.
Yeah.
So why do so many, and when you ask them, oh, this is why you are always Ash, this is why you're always like this, they'll say, they just feel like
Wow.
it's not, attributed to their childhood experiences. So why is it that we are always struggling to realize and to recognize that some of the present challenges we face as adults are rooted in childhood experiences?
All right. I'm going to start by saying that I believe that the childhood is the most formative years of a person's life,
Yes.
and whatever happens to you as a child stays with you for life, except you take conscious effort to
Mm,
unlearn them.
mm,
Now, some people, to the question why adults struggle to recognize that some of their present challenges are rooted in their childhood experiences,
yeah.
is because I believe that many people believe that their childhood experiences were normal.
Mm.
They don't see anything
Mm,
bad.
that's
You
a
know,
well, they feel like it is
it is
normal.
normal. Yeah,
Mm,
that's what
mm,
they grew up around. That's what they grew up saying. That's what they lived around, what they lived
mm,
in. So they believe that it is normal. They don't see anything bad in it. That's why they cannot attribute their negative behavior, so to say, to their childhood experiences.
yeah.
And others might not be that. Others might be that they have been taught to suppress their emotions or avoid
Mm,
discussing anything family,
mm,
because they believe that some people like to what's the word now? They like to say that, okay, I am a person, then the institution called family is another thing entirely. They
yeah.
don't like to relate both together, whereas your experiences from your family would affect your life generally,
Mm,
because
mm,
your parents, the family as an institution is your first point of contact to people, to the world, right?
yeah.
So as a result of not believing that the family is an institution that affects them, people struggle to connect their present struggles,
Yeah.
such as anxiety, being so edgy, being so harsh, being
Mm,
avoidant,
mm,
all those negative behavior, right? They've struggled to relate it to how they were brought up.
yeah. That's
So that's what
really
I think.
nice. That's really good. I think this is just a call to parents as well. A lot of things that are wrong have been normalized in our society. You hear people say certain things to their children, do certain things, and then we just grow up and feel like, "Oh, maybe that's how it's supposed to be." And that's not how it's supposed to be. And these
Right?
things have effects on the child. And
Yes.
now, for some people, they will say, "Oh, I've forgiven my parents. What they did to me." Like you said, this is their first time being parents as well. Maybe they didn't know better. Maybe if they
Mhm.
knew better, they would not say that to me, or they would not treat me like that. So
Right?
a lot of people are forgiving. They say, "Okay, I've forgiven my parents," but they still have that hurt. It still shows up in their actions. It still shows up in their day-to-day activities. What is the difference between forgiveness and pretending that the hurt never happened?
I think that's a very important question because a lot of people confuse forgiveness with suppressing
Yes.
the hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So first, I'm going to like to say that forgiveness means choosing to release the bitterness and begin healing process.
Mm. Can you say that again?
Forgiveness means choosing to release the bitterness and begin the healing process or the
Mm.
process of healing.
Yes.
Right? Pretending that it never happened is keeping it somewhere, right?
It's still
But
there.
it's still there.
Mm.
It doesn't leave on until you tackle it. Let me use that word. Until you tackle the odds and everything that brings about the hurt. Not like you should tackle your parents. That's not what I'm trying to say. But
Yeah.
like you tackle like the thing that they did to you or they still do to you that brings about the hurt. So pretending that it never happens, it just means you're suppressing the experience. You're
Mm.
just okay. Mommy did this to me yesterday. I mean, she's my mommy, right? Okay, let's keep it somewhere. Let it just be there. But forgiving the person is you sitting down with sitting in it. Let me use the word. Let me use that phrase. Sitting in it, then saying that okay, mommy did this to me. It made me feel like this,
Yeah.
but I want to forgive mommy, right? Then maybe you call mommy. I mean, most of the times it's better you call mommy. Call
And let
mommy.
her know that
Talk
this is
to
how I
mommy.
feel about what you've
Yeah,
done.
mommy, this is how I feel about what you've done to
That
me.
you know that many African parents do not give room for conversations. I
Yeah,
can't actually, I don't know. You can't just go and sit down with your friends and say, I want to talk to you. You did this to me yesterday. Don't try. I don't think you can do that. Many times.
that's that's very correct. I mean, that is why I think um what I think that is why I'm really interested in parenting. I
Yeah.
think parenting is not spoken about as it should be.
Mm.
You know how that children are always told you need to honor your parents, you need to be this. Parents are never told how to train their children. Oh, they are told how to train them with cane,
Mm.
right? You can they
Mm.
are told the Bible says that you train your
Tread
children
the
with
rod
cane.
and spoil the
I'm
child. Yes.
paraphrasing that way.
Mm.
But parents are never taught how to relate with their children.
I
That
agree.
is why I think awareness should be created around this.
Mm.
Now, to your question, you said that most parents do not give room for conversations.
Yes.
I think that we let me use the word new the phrase new age parents. We new age parents need to start learning that you know how you want your partner to give you room to talk. You should also give your children room to talk. They are not miniature adults.
Mm. Mm.
They're humans, fully
Mm-hmm.
humans.
Mm-hmm.
So how you can treat a person that is your age, your partner, your colleague at work, you should be able to give them that grace and um that avenue to air their grievances,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Now, so I think we're talking about forgiveness and pretending it never happened. So, like, you talk to mommy, mommy would give you space. I mean, there are ways to go about these things because I mean, I've done it a couple of times. Remember that I said I grew up with very African parents.
Mm-hmm.
My father is still fair. You can even call that one on thing. But my mother, oh my God,
Mm.
it has to be like series of you just trying to polish your words, trying to just make sure that you don't slip out of the honor zone,
Yeah.
right? So you just find a way. Oh, maybe just from like a random conversation. Oh, mommy, this and this and this, or maybe like a movie. Oh, mommy, this and this and this and all of that. And you know that the other day you did this. You don't justify yourself.
Yeah.
You just explain the situation.
Mm.
Once you start by justifying yourself, she believes or he or she would believe that you want to dishonor them. So you just say how the thing made you feel. And then even if mommy gives a positive response or not, you just have it within your heart that you want to let go of this hurt because there is no how. If you don't let go of hurt, if you don't forgive the person that offends you, it will keep coming up. You might not come up for like a whole year, but one day something random on a random
91.7, you are listening. All right. I want us to end on this note because I believe that some parents also do the things they do based on how they grew up, the experiences they had, what their parents said to them, how they, all of those things are what makes certain parents do certain things. Now, how can parents be properly trained from parenting? We know that yes, they've not been parents before. They have traumas that they would likely pass on to their kids if it is not properly managed. Now, what are some of the ways or platforms that can train parents on how to properly parent their kids, how they can also learn to let out their hurts from their own parents so they don't pass it on to their kids?
Okay, thank you so much. That's a very brilliant question because I mean, everybody wants to be better parents, but
Hmm.
nobody is working towards being better parents.
Yeah.
So I think the first step is recognizing that you were not raised right.
Mm. You're not always right, even as a parent.
Yeah, no, I said you were not raised rightly. Like
Okay, sorry, you're
your
not raised.
parents did not. You should. Most parents did not raise their children right. I'm so
Mm.
sorry to mommies
Mm.
and daddies that might be listening, but most of our parents were not raised right. My mother would
Yes.
always say, "Oh, this was how we were brought up." And when she now narrates the how we were brought up, you just sit down and realize that nah, this is not a
Right.
good way to be brought up.
Mm,
Pardon my English. This
mm,
is not a good way to be brought up, right? So you must first recognize that you were not raised right by your parents. Then you don't rush to become parents.
yes.
Understand that you're 30, you're 35. If you feel like you've not healed from your childhood trauma, please don't bring a child to this world
Mm, mm,
because you pass that trauma to the child. Knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally, you would pass that trauma. So first, you recognize that you're not raised rightly. Secondly, you make sure that you heal, you forgive.
yes.
I'm a Christian, so permit me to say something Christian like.
Mm-hmm.
You need to forgive because if it takes you praying, you need to let go of the odds,
Yes.
right? Then other things that I think that I believe right works is I think over the over a couple of months I've seen like platforms that talk about parenting. Why everything they talk about might not be correct.
Yeah.
I think a lot of parents need to read books, need to listen to podcasts and watch videos on
Yes.
parenting.
Yes.
The positive ones, please, not parents that believe that their children can be any sexuality, please,
Mm, mm, mm,
but like
mm,
proper parenting,
yes.
proper parenting podcast and
Mm,
books, right? Then, like I said earlier, I'm a Christian. In whatever faith you believe in, pray that God make you a great parent, a great
yes.
mother, a great father, because most of these things are not just physical. Bringing a child into the world is not just oh I get pregnant and I give birth. Raising a child is not just oh I can send the child to school
Or I can feed the
or I
child.
can feed the child or I can house the child and clothe the
Mm,
child. You need to there is a spiritual aspect of praying to be great parents,
mm,
right? Then also emulating God's parenting.
mm, mm.
Emulating God's parenting. If God can sacrifice his son for us, why can't you sacrifice your own traumas so you can raise your children right?
That's
If God can
profound.
sacrifice his son for us, why can't you sacrifice your own ego to raise your children, to give your children a safe space to grow in, right? These are some of the things I believe would help us become better than our parents,
Yeah.
if I can say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the goal is not to pass down your traumas to your kids. The goal is to heal from them and become a better parent. We're not we're not perfect. Every single person, every day, we take a step towards becoming better individuals. So if you're parents listening, this is not a call to say, "Oh, you're a bad parent. You're doing wrong." It's a call for to do better, right?
Yeah.
To learn better how it is done properly. Read books, like she has said. Pray about it. Let God lead you on how to be a better parent. It's not okay to pass down your traumas down to your children. You will just continue the cycle over and over again. Thank you so much for being here this afternoon. It was such an awesome conversation. I would have loved us to continue because I feel like there's still a lot to talk about and share
Yeah,
on this
there's
topic.
still lots.
But thank you so much. If we would like to reach out to you, maybe we need counseling, we want to talk to you, how can we reach you?
All right. First, I'd like to say that thank you so much for having me on the show. It was such an amazing conversation. So for that, my Instagram is at the Ayobami. The eyes are three.
Okay.
Yeah,
Three
right.
eyes.
Yes,
Okay.
the
Okay.
Ayobami, as in
Mhm.
Theaybamii.
I.
Yeah, the eyes behind. Uh, is that enough, or do you need my number?
I think we'll just reach out to you on Instagram.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you so much for having me on
Thank
the
you so
show.
much for security reasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, that's why I asked first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much for being here. It was such an awesome conversation.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we say goodbye on the big question this afternoon on WFM 91.7. I hope you learned something from the conversation. Join me on Friday, 12:05 p.m. on WFM 91.7, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. Till then, my name is King Folua Kirami. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Bye for now.